Salt, also known as sodium chloride, is a common mineral that is essential for human health. While it is often used to add flavor to food, salt also plays an important role in many bodily functions. In this article, we will explore some interesting facts, truths, and effects of salt. Interesting facts about salt. Salt is the only rock that we eat. Ancient Egyptians used salt as currency, and Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, which is where the word salary comes from. The average American consumes about 3,400 milligrams of sodium per day, which is more than double the recommended daily amount. Salt is a natural preservative and has been used to preserve food for thousands of years. In some cultures, salt is considered to be a symbol of purity and is used in religious ceremonies. Truths about salt. Salt is essential for maintaining proper fluid balance in the body. It helps to regulate blood pressure and keeps the muscles and nerves functioning properly. While salt is necessary for good health, consuming too much salt can have negative effects on the body. High salt intake has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease. Most of the salt in our diets comes from processed foods, such as canned soups, frozen dinners, and snack foods. The American Heart Association recommends that adults consume no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, and ideally should consume no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. Reducing salt intake can be difficult, as many processed foods are high in sodium. However, cooking from scratch and using herbs and spices instead of salt can help reduce sodium intake. Effects of salt. Sodium is an essential nutrient that helps to regulate fluid balance in the body. It is also involved in muscle and nerve function. If we consume too much salt, it can lead to a condition called hyponatremia, which is an abnormally high level of sodium in the blood. This can cause symptoms such as thirst, nausea, vomiting, headache, confusion, seizures, and even coma or death in severe cases. Consuming too much salt can also lead to high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. When we consume too much salt, it can cause our bodies to retain excess water, which can increase blood volume and put extra pressure on our blood vessels. Over time, this can damage our blood vessels and lead to the development of cardiovascular disease. In addition to the cardiovascular effects, consuming too much salt can also have negative effects on the kidneys. The kidneys play a key role in regulating the body's sodium balance, and when we consume too much salt, it can put extra strain on the kidneys. This can lead to an increased risk of kidney disease and other kidney problems. Overall, it is important to consume salt in moderation and to be aware of the sources of salt in our diets. By reducing salt intake, we can improve our overall health and reduce our risk of chronic diseases. Evidence suggests that salt was first used by the ancient civilizations in the Middle East, such as the Sumerians and Babylonians, who lived in the region that is now modern-day Iraq. The earliest records of salt production date back to around 6000 BCE, when the ancient Egyptians and Chinese began using salt to preserve food. The ancient Greeks and Romans also recognized the importance of salt, and salt was often used as a form of currency in these civilizations. In conclusion, salt is an important mineral that is essential for good health. It is important to consume salt in moderation and to be aware of the sources of salt in our diets. By reducing salt intake, we can improve our overall health and reduce our risk of chronic diseases.